Hi, and welcome to a Spider Strategies QuickScore training video. In this video, we'll cover creating dashboards in QuickScore. QuickScore dashboards give you lots of advantages, like better visibility into your organization's performance, time savings with consolidated views of information and actionable insight, easily viewed actual versus planned results information, mobile on-the-go insights on performance across smartphones, tablets, laptops, and desktop computers, and shareable visualizations outside of QuickScore. For this lesson on creating dashboards in QuickScore, let's start at the QuickScore homepage and navigate via the black primary navigation pane into this dashboard section of QuickScore. Within the dashboard section, we'll verify that we're working with our desired organization, which in this case is called Key Measures. Within the Key Measures organization, we have an existing collection of dashboards. The first is our call center Key Measures dashboard. This gives us a nice consolidated cockpit view of performance across 6 different key measures in the call center. It gives us visual color-based indication of performance, normalized scoring, indication of actual performance, change against previous period performance, and visibility to the red threshold and goal thresholds defined for each of the 6 measures on this dashboard. Another dashboard that we'll show you how to create is the product delivery and effectiveness dashboard. Here again, we have color-coded indication of current time period performance with red for frequent use customers, green for infrequent use customers, and yellow for average monthly use. In addition, we have trends against previous period performance in the upper left and a description of each of these measures, as well as an indication of their actual values, again for the current time period of September 2017. Lastly, we've provided a chart or graph-based overview of frequent use customers versus infrequent use customers' performance over the past 6 months. In addition to those 2 dashboards that we'll show you how to create in this training video, we have other examples of dashboards such as the Key Measure History dashboard, the User and Influencer Engagement dashboard, and the Sales Pipeline dashboard. The key to working with QuickScore dashboards is to understand that QuickScore provides you with effectively a blank canvas with which you can design your own desired dashboard to provide visualizations, text, information, and insight to help your consumers get the most actionable insight from QuickScore. With all that said, let's show you how to recreate the call center Key Measures dashboard and the product delivery and effectiveness dashboard. We'll start within the dashboard section by clicking New Dashboard. We'll provide this dashboard with a name, which in this case will be New Call Center Key Measures. Before proceeding to click the Create button, please just take note that down towards the bottom of the black navigation pane, when we selected New Dashboard, we were put into Dashboard Edit mode. I'll click Create to create the new Call Center Key Measures dashboard. QuickScore immediately invites us to add widgets to our dashboard. By clicking the plus sign, you're provided with an extensive menu of widgets or objects that can be added to your dashboard. They range from images to text, bubbles, charts, speedometers, linear gauges, reports, notes, and initiative timelines. Any of the widgets that have a rightward pointing chevron to the right indicate that they will tie out to a QuickScore scorecard item of some sort. The image and text widgets are a bit unique in that they are more freeform and can link out to any image and or text that you desire to present on your dashboard. For instance, let's say that I'd like to provide a QuickScore logo and some inspirational text about QuickScore. First of all, I'll select the QuickScore logo, resize it, reposition it on the dashboard, and then we'll add some text. I'll double click to provide my desired text, which is QuickScore rocks. With that selected, I'll provide a desired color. I'll bold it. I'll resize it, reposition it, resize the text box, and then drag and drop that text box wherever I'd like it to go on the screen. Now that we've provided a logo and some text to this dashboard, let's proceed to build up the actual body of the dashboard. I'll click on the full screen button towards the upper right to give myself some more visual real estate to work with. And in the upper left, again, click the Add Widget button. I'll scroll down to the speedometer selection, and within the speedometer area, select the Customer Support Organization on the left, the Help Desk calls on the right, and select the measures I'd like to see on the dashboard, which are calls handled, add, average abandonment rate, add, percent calls answered, add, average time to answer in seconds, add, average time to resolve in hours, add, and first call resolution, and add. I'll click away to view that I've added 6 new speedometers onto the dashboard. Each of these speedometer gauges are independent of each other and can be dragged and dropped and moved around wherever you desire them to reside on the dashboard page. Additionally, each speedometer gauge widget has its own edit controls where you can define things like the background, what the drill down destination will be, what should be shown on the speedometer gauge, the size of the speedometer gauge, whether the speedometer gauge should be kept in front of other objects or widgets on the dashboard, whether the speedometer gauge should be locked, and of course the opportunity to delete it. I'd actually like to set these 6 different speedometer gauges with some similar properties. So I will lasso around all 6 speedometer gauges and click on the edit properties for one of them. In this case, I'll set the background of solid, so they all have a white background. Returning to the edit menu, I'll select the showing and define that I'd like to see the score. The actual value is already presented, the change from previous period is already presented, and I'd additionally like to see the thresholds for each of these 6 distinct speedometer gauges. Next, we'll return to the main properties menu and adjust the size of our 6 speedometers by setting each of their widths to be 300 pixels. And then we'll move the speedometers around on the page where we would like to position them. I'll take a minute to reposition the speedometers and be right back. After taking a few seconds to drag and drop my speedometers around the dashboard canvas, I'd like to confirm their left, right, top, and bottom alignment. We have some alignment capabilities that allow you to select multiple objects on the screen and align them in the top, bottom, left, or right fashion. For instance, I'd like all the top 3 speedometers to be aligned vertically. I'd also like the bottom 3 speedometers to be aligned vertically according to the top edge. On the left, I want to make sure that my 2 left speedometers are aligned appropriately on the left. In the center, I similarly would like to see the 2 center sitting speedometers aligned with a similar left edge. And lastly, out to the right, the last 2 aligned again with left side vertical alignment. The dashboard is coming together nicely. And to lock in my new changes, I'll click the Save button in the upper right hand corner. Then I'll exit full screen mode. And back in the edit position, I'll click the Done button to complete my work on this dashboard. To view the dashboard in the fullest screen possible, I'll reduce the 2 navigation panes on the left and view my newly created new Call Center Key Measures dashboard. Next, let's represent the primary and secondary navigation panes and show you how to create the product delivery and effectiveness dashboard that we viewed earlier. I'll start by clicking on the New Dashboard button, give this the name New Product Delivery and Effectiveness Dashboard, and click the Create button in the upper right. The Product Delivery and Effectiveness Dashboard is really quite simple in nature in that it's comprised of basically 3 bubbles and a chart. To begin the design of this new dashboard, I'll start by clicking the Full Screen button in the upper right to again have more real estate to work with. Then I'll click the Add Your First Widget button and add a bubble, which will tie out to a scorecard item from the Product and Delivery Effectiveness area within the Key Measures organization. We'll add frequent use customers, infrequent use customers, and average monthly use. Then I'll click away to view the existence of the 3 bubbles on the dashboard. Like the speedometers that we saw on the previous dashboard, these bubbles on this dashboard are independent of each other and can be dragged and dropped around wherever we'd like them to reside on this new dashboard. And they similarly have properties that can be controlled individually or collectively by lassoing around them. With all 3 bubbles selected, we'll go into the properties for one of them and change the presentation, style, and get more information on the screen. We'll change the layout to be a rectangle. We'll change the background to be solid. We'll change the showing property to show us the description, the actual value, and the score. And we'll change the size of these 3 widgets to have a width of 200 and a height of 120. Then we'll simply reposition these bubble widgets and all the information they now provide elsewhere on the dashboard. Next, let's add a chart to provide some further insight into frequent use versus infrequent use customer comparison. To add a chart to our dashboard, we of course will click on the Add Widget button in the upper left, select Chart, select Scorecard Item, navigate into the Key Measures organization on the left and the Product Delivery and Effectiveness area on the right, and select Frequent Use Customers and click Add. Click out to the side and see that a chart has been added to our dashboard. Drag and drop the chart wherever you would like it to sit temporarily, and then we'll work with the chart to add an additional measure within it. We'll click on the Edit button, go to Edit Chart, add another data series or series to the chart, which will be the infrequent use customers on the right, and select Done. You can see that the infrequent use customers data value has been added as a new data series to accompany the frequent use customers data available in the graph, and it has similarly set up as a line graph. If by chance you wanted to change the presentation for the newly added data series, you have the opportunity to do so. We'll click Done to view the resulting graph that shows us 2 lines in comparison to each other over a time period, which in this case happens to be September 2016 through September of 2017. Note that you can reposition the chart just like anything else on the dashboard page and resize the chart to be the appropriate size for consumption. There's a color legend in the upper right allowing you to focus your attention on one or the other of the 2 infrequent use customers or frequent use customers currently portrayed within the chart. In addition, should you desire, you could present a table of information giving even more details about infrequent and frequent use customers. The table itself has its own property settings where you could do something like reducing the table down to just something like basically a legend that will help someone understand what each of the lines represent in the chart. Now that we've configured the chart to our desires and the overall dashboard the way we'd like it to look, we'll click Save in the upper right, click Exit Full Screen, and back in edit mode, we'll remove ourselves from edit mode by clicking Done. Again, you can reduce the presentation of the navigation panes to see the dashboard in its entirety within QuickScore. Now that we've shown you the fundamentals of dashboard creation in QuickScore, and before we leave the topic of designing dashboards behind, we'd like to go further into the opportunity and capability of employing background images to create more visually engaging dashboards in QuickScore. To do so, I'll open the dashboard navigation pane and select an existing dashboard that we will again discuss. While this dashboard will not be winning any design awards, it does do an effective job of conveying the relationship between the number of ad clicks, the number of leads, the number of new trials, and the number of new customers we're able to acquire in different months of the year, in this case 2017. I can navigate back in time to look at June, July, May, what have you, and you'll note that the graphs change and the colors of the measures change as well to correspond to performance. While we won't take the time to design this dashboard from scratch, we will share with you just the fundamentals of how it was put together. Let's start by jumping into edit mode and then immediately selecting the full screen button on the right to give ourselves more visual space to work with. Within edit mode, we just want to show you how simple and easy it is to manipulate the background image of the funnel. This funnel was added to the dashboard by simply clicking the Add Widget button, selecting Image, clicking on the newly created image, and navigating to a location where the sales funnel JPEG file was stored. That image is something that you can reposition and resize to your heart's content on the dashboard. For the time being, I'll shrink it down and move it off to the side so we can talk about the other widgets on the page. The charts on the page are just like the charts we created in the past example and have the same properties, and they are simple bar charts covering 7 months of data tied to individual measures from our scorecard. The names of the measures are bubbles. They actually began their life as any other bubble, where we selected Add Widget, Bubble, went into the scorecard item area, selected a particular measure, and selected Add. Once that bubble was on the screen, we simply changed many of its properties to limit what is being shown. I'll click the Edit button. We'll turn off the presentation of any kind of background. We'll resize the font to be 16 and go to the showing and just clarify that all we need to see is the name. And voila, we have our color-coded names for the measures. The lines leading from the measure name out to the associated chart are quite simply text items where we just typed in a lot of periods to establish the sense of a line. I'll go ahead and remove that. And that, folks, is how simple and easy it is to create a dashboard like the sales funnel. I'll just resize the sales funnel image and position it appropriately on the page to get us back to our original starting point. And then I'll click Save in the upper right, exit full screen, and again click Done to exit edit mode within the dashboards section of QuickScore. In this video, we've shown you how to quickly and easily create 3 different dashboards. Hopefully, we've also empowered you with the knowledge and confidence that dashboards can take many different shapes and sizes and can be populated with a wide variety of widgets that come from a myriad different collection of QuickScore scorecard sources and objects. We truly hope that this video on creating dashboards in QuickScore has been helpful to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at learn@spiderstrategies.com. Thank you.